don't say sorry, not me. When I'm with you, I'm happy, feeling like Jersey. Remember back in the day when we met in the valley. You were kinda grumpy, but I gave you candy. You came up with Jolie, couldn't make funny. Felt kinda like you when I blame you, honey.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, MDLULI. You know, I've been observing a lot of things about people in this life. What's happening is I'm seeing an overflow of people who beat themselves up. And I actually don't like that. So I put together a list, you know, through my friends, through the books I've read, through the blogs and the blogs that I went around reading, and just general knowledge that I've been gathering around as a kid growing up and as this adult that I am today, the father. And I would actually like to help Abantu out there and try to make them understand. Actually, life is about you, and there's things that you must do for yourself. So embrace yourself, because now I'm gonna give you a list of 30 things to start doing for yourself, and trust me, you're gonna enjoy this. And make sure to visit my channel on YouTube. It's MDLULI Arts on YouTube. And check me out on Facebook, MDLULI Arts Extra, and you can follow me on Twitter at MDLULI Arts. I do this for a living, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get paid for doing this, so I do it for you actually. Can I have the ashtray please, man? Thank you. As I was telling you, I like saying you know, so I can keep you on the chain, because I also have a chain of thought that I'm working with, and I'm not gonna beat myself up for that. First on the list, I see how people actually like to neglect themselves instead of actually embracing themselves. So first on my list, I have a very important advice for you. You actually must start spending time with the right people. You know, get rid of all the people you don't need. Just spend time with the right people. You know why? Because these are the people that you're supposed to enjoy. People who actually love and appreciate you. People who actually encourage you to improve in healthy and exciting means, you know, exciting ways that make you feel better. You know, when you're an excited person, then you live a better life. So they are the ones who make you feel more alive, because you're supposed to feel more alive instead of feeling more dead, because when you die, you're not gonna come back here. You know what I'm saying? And in this world, you have to embrace being alive. And not just embracing being alive, you know, you must actually embrace who you are now, but also embody who you want to be unconditionally. You must actually have unconditional love for yourself. And you actually must start facing your problems head on, because a lot of people like to run away from the problems by drinking and taking drugs, or commit suicide, or kill yourself, the kids and your wife. No, you don't want to do that, man. I mean, you should face all your problems, you know. It actually it isn't your problems that define you. Actually, problems never define a man, you know, but how you actually react to them and recover from them. And actually, problems will not disappear unless you take action. Do what you can, and when you're doing what you can, when you can, and acknowledge what you've done. It's all about taking baby steps into the right direction, you know, inch by inch. You know, these inches count, because they add up to yards and miles, and in the long run, you're gonna see yourself succeed. And problems will always be there, you know. No water, no food, Africa, Ethiopia, Afghanistan, the oil, new president, Zuma, Malema, you know, we always have problems, you know. But then the most important thing is that you must start being honest to yourself about everything. Be honest about what's right as well. And actually, as well as what needs to be changed, because people fear change, you know, but you must embrace change. Be honest about what you actually want to achieve and who you want to become. Be honest with every aspect of your life, always, because you are the one person who can forever count on. Search your soul for the truth so that you truly know who you are. Once you do, you'll have a better understanding of where you are now and how you got here, and you'll be better equipped to identify where you want to go and how you want to get there. You know? Because then we all like look at ourselves in a way that we don't know how to get where we want to get. You know? And most of all, you must actually start making your own happiness a priority. Make your own happiness a priority. You know? Because if you don't, nobody's going to make you happy. Yeah. Embrace who you are. You know? Value yourself. Your needs matter. And if you don't value yourself, no one else will. You know, you must look out for yourself and stick up for yourself. You know? And if you don't do that, you actually are sabotaging yourself. Remember that it's actually possible to take care of your own needs while simultaneously caring for those around you. And once your needs are met, you will likely be far more capable of helping those who need you most. Because those who need you most actually matter most. And you know, don't run away from who you are. You actually must start being yourself genuinely and proudly. Because you know what? Trying to be anyone else is a waste of the person you actually are. Be yourself. Embrace that individual inside you that has all these ideas, you know? Because you've got strengths, you've got beauty like no one else. You know, be the person you know yourself to be. You know? You know why? Because the version of you, that version of you is the only uniqueness that makes you you. You know, just be the best version of you on your own terms. Above all, be true to you. And if you cannot put your heart actually in it, take yourself out of it, because you don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And you must actually start noticing and living in the present, because living in the past doesn't really work. You know, you must live now in the present. Right now is a miracle. Right now is the only moment guaranteed to you. Right now is life. So stop thinking about how great things will be in the future. Stop dwelling on what did or didn't happen in the past. Learn to be in the here and now and experience life as it actually is happening. Appreciate the world and the beauty that it holds right now. Because right now, it's actually now. That's the time that we're living in now. Stop it. Don't do it. Forget about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then, if you, like I said, mistakes can be a big problem. You know? Because then, if you don't understand the mistake, then you don't understand what is life. Because you know what? You must value the lessons your mistakes teach you. Mistakes are okay. I don't want to lie to you. Mistakes are okay. They are the stepping stone of progress. If you're not failing from time to time, you are not trying hard enough and you are not actually learning. Take risks, you know? And if you take risks, you actually will stumble, fall, and then you get up and try again. Appreciate what you're pushing yourself into, you know? Actually, by learning and growing and improving, you actually achieve significantly, you know? And if you realize at the end of a long road of failures that you actually made mistakes that actually taught you something, you'll understand that one of the mistakes you fear might just be the link to your greatest achievement. And you don't know about that. You know, ain't nobody got time for that. And you know what? Start being more polite to yourself. Be polite to yourself. Don't beat yourself around. You know? I mean, if you had a friend who spoke to you in the same way that you actually sometimes speak to yourself, how long would you allow that person in your life to be your friend? You know, the way you treat yourself sets the standard of others. You must love who you are. No one else will if you don't. Trust me, no one else will. And get out of the house, get out of that room, get out of those blankets, you know, get out there, start enjoying the things that you already have. The problem with many of us is that we think we'll be happy when we reach, a certain level in life, and you find that when you don't reach that level, you find yourself stuck somewhere, you know? I mean, like when you see others actually operating at a level that's higher than yours, like I'm talking about your boss with that corner office, the friend of a friend who owns a mansion in the beach, etc. Unfortunately, it takes a while before you get there. And when you get there, you will likely have a new destination in mind. You'll end up spending your whole life working towards something new without even, stopping and enjoying the things you actually have now. So take a quiet moment every morning, and actually when you first wake up, you must appreciate where you are and what you already have. You know, if you don't, nobody else will. Start creating your own happiness. If you're waiting for someone else to make you happy, you are missing out. Smile, because you can. Smiles are free, you know. Even if you don't have teeth, a smile is still a smile. You know? Actually, choose happiness. I choose happiness sometimes. It's difficult to actually control your mind, but it's easy to choose happiness. You know, depend on yourself to make yourself happy. You must actually be the change you want to see in the world. Be happy with who you are now, and let your positivity inspire your journey into, a tomorrow that has happiness. Because happiness is often found when and where you decide to seek it. You know, if you actually look deep for happiness, you must actually look for happiness within the opportunities you have. You will eventually find it. But if you constantly look for something else, unfortunately, you'll find that too, you know? And you'll actually stumble around without being happy. I guess that is life. I think you should start giving yourself ideas. Like, give your ideas and dreams a chance. In life, it's really about getting a chance or chances. It's about taking a chance. You'll never be 100% sure that it will work, but you can always be 100% sure that you're doing, nothing won't work. Most of the time, you just have to go for it. And no matter how it turns out, it always ends up just the way it should be. Either you succeed or you learn something. It's a win-win situation. So actually start believing that you're really ready for the next step. Excuse me. You must be ready for the next step. If you're actually ready, think about it. You have everything you need right now to take the next small, realistic step forward. So embrace the opportunity. If you embrace the opportunity that come your way and accept the challenges, the challenges, they are gifts that will help you to grow. Start entering new relationships for the right reasons. Enter new relationships with dependable, honest people which will reflect the person you actually are and the person you want to be. Choose friends you are proud to know. People you admire. People who show you love and respect. People who recognize your kindness. People who pay attention to what people do. Because a person's actions is actually much more important than their words or how others represent them. Real life facts right here, man. You know, Juliet is the only man that's gonna tell you this. Like I told you, tune into my channel, MDLULI Arts on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at MDLULI Arts. I'm still on Facebook as MDLULI Arts Extra. You know? And you know, like, you must start giving new people you meet a chance. It sounds harsh, but you cannot keep a friend. You cannot keep every friend you've ever made. People and priorities change. Some relationships fade. Some others grow. Appreciate the possibility of a new relationship as you naturally let go of old ones. That, you know, old ones that no longer work, you don't need them. You know, trust your judgment. Embrace new relationships, knowing that you actually are, you know, entering into an unfamiliar territory. Be ready to learn. Be ready for a challenge. And be ready to meet someone that might just change your life forever. You know, start competing against an earlier version of yourself. Compete against yourself. Don't compete against other people. Be inspired by others, but don't compete against them. Appreciate others. Learn from others. But know that competing against them is a waste of time. You are in a competition with one person, and that one person is only you. Yourself. You know, you are competing to be the best that you can be. Aim to break your own personal records. Break your own record. Don't break anybody's record. You know? And you must start cheering for other people's victories and achievement. You know? Start noticing what you like about others and tell them. You know, having an appreciation for how amazing the people around you are leads to a good place. Productive and fulfilling, peaceful place. You know, so be happy for those who are making progress. Cheer for their victories. Be thankful for their blessings openly. You know, what goes around comes around. And sooner or later, the people you are cheering will start cheering for you. You know, and most of all, start looking for the silver lining in tough situations. When things are hard, you know, things can get hard and you feel down. Take a few deep breaths and look for the silver lining. Breathe, look for the silver lining. You know, there's small glimmers of hope. Remind yourself that you can and will grow stronger from those hard times. And remain conscious of your blessings and victories, you know, because if you don't, I don't know who will. All the things in your life that are right, focus on what you have and not what you don't have. You know, start forgiving yourself and others. We've all been hurt by our own decisions and by others too, you know. And while the pain in the experience is still normal, sometimes it actually lingers for too long. And we receive the pain over and over and have hard time letting go. Forgiveness is the remedy. It doesn't mean you are erasing the past or forgetting what happened. It actually means you and yourself, you are letting go, and you're letting go of the resentment and the pain. And instead of choosing to learn from the incident and move on with your life, you know, and start helping those around you. Care about people. Guide them if you know a better way. The more you help others, the more they will want to help you. Love and kindness, you know, begets love and kindness. And so on and so forth. Know what I'm saying? And start listening to your own inner voice. If it helps, discuss your ideas with yourself and with those closest to you. But give yourself enough room to follow your own intuition. Be true to yourself. Say what you need to say. Do what you know in your heart is right. You know, start being attentive to your own stress level and take short breaks. Slowly, you know, slowly and surely, you will actually breathe. and you'll be free. Give yourself permission to pause, regroup, move forward with clarity and purpose. And when you're at your busiest, a brief recess can actually rejuvenate your mind and increase your productivity. These sort of breaks will help you regain your sanity and reflect on your recent actions so you can be sure they are in line with your goals. It's quite a lot in so little time. But most of all, I want you to start noticing the beauty of small moments. Instead of waiting for the big moments to happen, marriage, kids, big music deal, winning the lottery, find happiness in the small things that happen every day. Little things like having a quiet cup of delicious taste, delicious taste of coffee, a homemade meal. Get the pleasure of sharing something you enjoy with someone else, or holding hands with your partner. Noticing these small pleasures on a daily basis makes a big difference in the quality of your life. Start accepting things when they are less than perfect. Remember, perfect is the enemy of good. One of the biggest challenges in people who want to improve themselves. And improve the world you live in by only learning to accept things as they are. Sometimes it's better to accept and appreciate the world as it is and people as they are, rather than trying to make everything and everyone conform to an impossible ideal. No, you shouldn't accept a life of mediocrity, but learn to love and value things when they are less than perfect. Start working towards your goal every time, every day, every single day. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Whatever is it you dream about, start taking small steps, logical steps, every day to make it happen. Get out there, do something. The harder you work, the luckier you will become. While many of us decide at some point during the course of life that we want to answer our calling, only an astute few of us actually work on it. By working on it, I mean consistently devoting oneself to the end results. Yeah, man. Like I was telling you, at MDLULI Arts on Twitter, MDLULI Arts on YouTube, MDLULI Arts Extra on Facebook. As I proceed, I'm going to tell you to start being more open about how you feel. Just open up. If you are hurting, give yourself a necessary space and time to hurt. But open about it. Talk to those closest to you to tell them the truth about how you feel. Let them listen. The simple act of getting things off your chest and into the open, like into the open, is the first step toward feeling a good, like a good gain and feeling good again, actually. So start taking a full accountability for your own life, your own choices and mistakes, and be willing to take the necessary steps to improve upon them. Either you take accountability for your life, or actually someone else will, or actually someone else won't. And even if they do, you'll become a slave to their ideas and dreams instead of pioneering your own dreams. You are the only one who can directly control the outcome of your life. And no, it won't always be easy. Trust me. Every person, every human being has a stack of obstacles in front of them. But you must take accountability for your situation and overcome these obstacles. Choosing not and choosing to is actually a lifetime of mere existence. What I want you to really understand here is that you must start focusing on the possibility of positive outcome. The mind must believe it can do something before it is capable of actually doing it. The way to overcome negative thoughts and destructive emotions is to develop an opposing positive emotion, and actually emotions that are stronger and more powerful. Listen to your self-talk and replace the negative thoughts with positive ones, regardless of how a situation seems. Focus on what you actually want to happen, and then take the next positive steps towards. You can't control everything that is happening to you, but you can control how you react to things. Everyone's life has a positive or a negative aspect. Whether or not you are happy or successful in the long run depends greatly on which aspect you focus on. Now, lastly but not least, start noticing sorry sister. Start noticing actually how wealthy you are right now. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life, even when times are rough or tough. It's always important to keep things in perspective. You didn't go to sleep hungry last night. You didn't go to sleep outside. You had a choice of what clothes to wear this morning. You hardly broke a sweat today. You didn't spend a minute in fear. You have access to clean drinking water. You have access to medical care. You have access to the internet. You can read. You can see. Some might say you are incredibly wealthy. So remember to be grateful for all those things. I love you people. It's MDLULI Arts Extra on Facebook.